believe Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
All right, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say a somber note because the whole. I'm not necessarily lost for words, but it's just like it's not a somber note because we are who I said we were. And it's just like, it is what it is at this point. I don't think my emotions, I don't think it has to go up or down. It's just like, oh, I was right. Like you go figure. But we got the guys here today. Matt, aka Optimistic Matt. Matt, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right, man. It's Monday. Just happy to be here. Happy to talk some football, man. Happy to talk some Bills football.
Wonderful. You see him, sporting the Go Blue uniform. Mike, aka he got the win this past Saturday. Mike, what's up with you, man?
Man, I feel good, man. I don't know what it feels like to be Matt, to have your college team lose and your NFL team lose back to back in heartfelt fashion. So I'm just want to.
You went there for like one
love
semester,
and prayers.
man. I'm not hearing.
I've been here since 2019. No, put some respect on my name.
That's a fact.
Shout out to my guy Matt. Shout out to Michigan. Go Blue. Big win. But no, I'm excited to talk about this Bills game. There's a lot to cover, a lot to go over. And I know one of my favorite topics is Sean McDermott, so I'm sure we get to him.
You see him, Rat, aka All-Purpose Rat. Rat, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Let's talk some football. I'm happy on the bye. Let's regroup. Let's get it.
Can I say this?
Wow, yeah, group.
Because we text every Sunday. We text every Sunday in the group chat, and the only person who don't really text is Rad. And I be wanting to know so bad what Rad be thinking during those games. I be wanting to call him like, "Yo, Rad, what's your thoughts, man? Come on, say something." Because I know Rad be at church watching those games. I know Rad. No, Rad definitely be at church, but I know Rad be pissed watching these games, but he don't say nothing. And I'm always excited to see what he got to say when he come in here.
Nah, it's just the ebb and flows of games. It's like you can't be mad at one play because you be too in it. Pause.
I know.
I'm consistent.
I be mad one play.
I don't want to be mad at one play. I want us to win a game. How we win a game is how I don't necessarily care, but I want us to win ultimately. That's what it be.
I'll say, that's the beauty of being a fan. I mean, the beauty and the curse, blessing and the curse, so to speak. Because, you have that, and it's fun. You up and you down. 1 minute you're screaming at the TV, 1 minute you're happy, jubilation. I mean, it's just, what you go through, especially as Bills fans. They'll take us up high, and then they'll bring us all the way down low. Like that's the journey of
all the way down.
But to be honest with you, Mike, one moment of transparency, and I'm not gonna be transparent no more. The Houston game, we was at casino on my mom's birthday. Houston playoff game, Josh Allen, and I literally I never want to feel like that again during a game. Like ups and down, literally ebbs and flows, ups and downs.
I don't know, man.
I was like, I could not. I was so dejected leaving that. I was like, this is never happening again. That's why I never really. That's my whole love hate for Josh Allen stuff. I'm like, this is never happening again. I'm never feeling like this again. So that's why I'm just watching the game now. Over.
Yeah, so, me and Preach could be a lot. I had a Facebook memory from a couple years ago when Matt left the chat one game because Preach was wild.
I was wild. Listen, it's funny. Rad brought up that Houston game real quickly. We're gonna get into the show, but one of my ex co-workers, my man Hank, he went to that game. He went to shout out Nas. Nas went to that game too. But Hank went to that game. He said he was surrounded by all Houston fans, and he said we was winning. That was when Millie Rock was going crazy. He said he was like, yeah, like he was wilding. He said when we started losing, he said everybody around him was like, yeah, yo. He said he felt so bad. Like it went from this to like, yo, he was like, yo, I just gotta get out of here, bro. Like that. But that's a blessing to curse to be the fan, obviously, and we felt that way yesterday. Unfortunately,
foreshadowing. That's a foreshadowing to this game.
It's foreshadowing to the whole season. But before we do that, let's get a little bit of housekeeping out the way. Shout out to OverdueBillsPod.com, OverdueBillsPod.com. We're asking everybody to go there even now. Go to the website and look at the merch. Or hit us up on all social.
Cyber Monday. We got a sale out there. I don't know if we do, but Cyber Monday, let's get it.
Absolutely. But listen, you'll go there.
We're going to one by tonight.
It's like a sale. It's like a sale, though. It's definitely like a sale. But so go to the website now, OverdueBillsPod.com. Follow us on all social platforms. Shout out to Buffalo fan base. We appreciate the collaboration with them, and we ask everybody to right now like, share, and subscribe, rate and review, do all those amazing things so you can get the word out. All right, let's get into the show. I know it's a lot of people out there who want to get to it, so let's get to it. Quick question of the day. And I just want to ask this to all Bills fans. Why can't we win close games? Right? And I say that because we have an 8-9 record and 1-score games between the last 2 seasons, right? We have an 8-9 record, and also we're 0-6 as of yesterday in overtime. Like Josh Allen has not won an overtime game. So it's like with this regime, what is it about this team, or what is it about the staff that it's hard for us to kind of win these close games? There are some teams who win them. Like we see the Chiefs can win games where it's like it's muffled, but they can win. Sometimes they overcome. The Eagles are 14-2 in these games, 1-score games in the last 2-3 years. We see certain teams like the Patriots, they could just they figure out ways to win. So, Rad, what do you think? What is it about our team that we find it difficult to kind of win these games?
I brought up that Houston game, because that's where I'm not gonna say where it started, but that's where, we haven't rectified that. When I don't know, but the issue for me is I don't know who get the most blame. I don't know if it's the coach or it's the quarterback.
You saying for the specific losing these 1-score games?
Yeah.
Okay.
The coach or the quarterback. They right now they tied at the hip. I don't know which one is the blunder. I seen Josh play good games in the 13 seconds. We could talk about that, but I also seen Josh the Houston game give it away. So I don't know, man.
We lost it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, but so right now we're gonna keep the quarterback. So the quarterback, we're gonna have to figure out the quarterback, and if it's anything, it's the head coach, and we're gonna have to move on. But it is Josh, because like you said, Mahomes, we don't have that. Even Joe Burrow when we watching Joe Burrow, we watch right now Jalen Hurts, who's been clutch, even and Patrick Mahomes, we don't feel like they about to give it away. But for some reason with Josh Allen and the Bills, Sean McDermott are tied to that. It's like, man, I'm like when we was up at halftime, I'm like, man, you just want to hurry up for the game to end, because we know that anything is possible. We can give it away. We like to cough it up. So right now, I'm gonna lean more to Sean McDermott, but I'm starting to think Josh Allen has a lot to do with that tilt that we go on late in fourth quarters as well.
That's an interesting take. I see somebody in the comments that you can't blame Josh Allen. He is our only saving grace. So, Matt, the question is to everybody.
You're part of all the ones that we lost. You're part of all the ones we lose for some reason.
Absolutely. The question is why do we find it difficult to win these 1-score games? Right. I gave the stat we're 8-9 in the last 2 seasons. We're 0-6 in the overtime game. So, Matt, how do you feel about that? What do you think is the missing ingredient to us getting over that hump?
I think there's a large part of McDermott, right? He's got to make some different decisions with timeouts, with preparedness for certain units. I mean, we saw it this year. We had a chance. That the 12 men on the field. Yesterday when Philly was in a rush situation, he kind of bailed him out with a timeout to kind of to ice the kicker, let Jake Elliott go off the field. Those type of things. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So there's those parts of it, and then also it's really execution, man. I mean, we saw yesterday we had I was saying it in overtime, like we can't let Jalen Hurts get the ball back in overtime because they're going to beat us, right? I don't want 3 here. I want to go down and score and just end the game. We got the ball first. If you give any other quarterback the ball first, like we've done, in a lot of these overtime games, they're going to win this game. Or if they
so you saying we should have went for it on that 4th down?
I'm saying that
go there yet. Don't go there.
Yeah,
yet.
I don't know if I necessarily say I would go for it there, but I'm just saying we should have made the other plays to like the Gabe Davis throw. Like Josh has to make that throw. You got to be on that same page. There was a couple plays yesterday where it seemed like the communication in his group wasn't there. You saw the Sherfield, what should have been a touchdown. Josh threw it inside. Trent Sherfield went outside, right?
We're going to get to – I don't want to get to the game
yet.
I'm just saying stick with that question.
There's those execution plays, though. There's those execution plays where we gotta make those plays. They got to be on the same page, and it's got to roll like a finely tuned machine, just like it did on the other side of the ball. And we just aren't there in those big time moments, it seems like sometimes to me.
So, Mike, on a macro level – like we're going to get to the game. We're going to go in depth with the game. So I don't want to necessarily harp on yesterday's game because that's just a microcosm of what we've seen for the past few years, right? So, Mike, when you look at our team as a whole, coaching staff, the players, so on and so forth, obviously we know we've gone through a few iterations of this particular same team, but the main pieces are the same. What is it about this team that you say, like, why, like Rad said, why don't we feel comfortable in these situations, right? What is that about?
Yeah, no, I remember years ago, I said, oh, no, we're going to game. Josh Allen going to win this game. And now it's to the point where I expect us to lose games like this where I'm not even surprised. But so shout out to Joaquin Phoenix, a great actor.
The Joker?
I'm a fan of the Joker. He has he's playing Napoleon in a new movie coming out about Napoleon. And one of Napoleon's most famous quotes is, "Yeah, he's a good general, but is he lucky?" And I think that's how I feel about the Bills. Like, yeah, they're a good team, but are they lucky? And it seems like in a lot of these close games, they get unlucky, whether it's a call, whether it's a missed kick, whether it's a bounce here and there. I think the Bills experience some unluckiness. Like, to go 0-6 in overtime games is almost impossible, right? Even bad teams will go 0-6, right? So it's almost impossible to do that unless it's some unluckiness. But on top of that, I do think that McDermott get tight when it's close games, right? Going for it on 4th down, he didn't do it in the AFC Championship games against the Chiefs, even though he's been kind of doing it all year. But now it's this game, no, let's keep it close. Let's not lose it here, but let's extend the game and try to win it. And a lot of times when you play like that, you're going to all you need is one bounce. All you need is a pass interference. All you need is a Hail Mary for somebody to turn around and catch the ball when you play like that. So I think McDermott, some of his strategies, some of his decision-making hurt us in close games.
Yeah, this is like, to piggyback on what you're saying, this is a microcosm of McDermott's tenure. Like, the tenure of his whole thing is like, we good enough to get there and be there to just lose it. We good enough to get to a point that we should be good, and we gonna lose at the end of it. No and matter what,
in horrible fashion.
A game, a playoff. No matter what, is it a game, a close hot? Because that was a playoff game. I know it wasn't a playoff game, but that was a playoff game. We played it like a playoff game. The atmosphere was like a playoff game. It felt like a playoff game. And when we get in those high pressure playoff game moments, we lose it. What do we do?
Mean,
I don't know.
It's unfortunate because it's just, we don't seem to be able to close the deal. We have windows, and for whatever reason, we're just not closing on them. And I see in the comments, a lot of people want us to talk about the game. So let's get into the game, right? let's just jump right into the game. The Buffalo Bills at the Philadelphia Eagles, a game that we really needed, right? Like we wanted to win this game before the bye, boost our confidence. You know what I'm saying? Just to let us know that we can.
It would have been a good win. It would have been a good one. Great win.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, like, but like, if you're a good team, if you're a great team, you win games like that. And unfortunately, we didn't. So let's just go right into it. Matt, who are you blaming? You touched on it, so I'm gonna go right to you. Who are you blaming for this loss? Like where is the blame pie at? It's a lot. People in the comments is saying a lot of people. So who do you feel?
I think the blame pie. I mean, obviously I'm gonna give it to majority McDermott, right? Because the first half, his game plan on defense was great, and then the second half, whatever adjustments Philly made, he didn't have any counters for that. You know what I mean? So it just seemed like that to me, because obviously they went off on a big race in the second half. I mean, they scored 30 points in the second half, and every drive that they had the ball, it kind of seemed a little easy for them. You know what I mean? They were getting big chunk plays that we were taking away in the first half. We weren't getting as much pressure. We weren't, you know what I mean? Jalen Hurts was nursing that knee a little bit, and it seemed like he was a lot more comfortable in the second half for whatever reason. So that to me kind of ruined it for me.
Can I ask a question on that?
Sure. Yep.
Did you think that you don't think that they were going to score this entire game?
I didn't think that. I mean, obviously
I'm asking
the volume of how they scored. No, I thought that they would score, but not. I mean, you give up 7 points in the first half. If you give up another 3 touchdowns in the second half, yeah, it is what it is. But to give up 30 points in the second half, as easy as it was, that if you look at the third quarter, they scored 2 touchdowns within 5 minutes on us. You know what I'm saying? So that happened quick. That changed the momentum of the game. Even after,
but we should have had 30 points in the first half.
Yeah, no, 100% we should. I mean, to overcome what we did in the first half with that 10-point lead, and how, if you look at the box score, we absolutely dominated the game as far as time of possessions, third downs. I mean, we should have won that game by 3 touchdowns, easy. But the fact that we didn't, it's definitely a testament to how they made adjustments, and we didn't have anything to counter those adjustments.
So McDermott is
I'm gonna give it to McDermott on that yesterday.
Mike, where's your blame pie going to?
Yeah, I mean, it got to be McDermott for a multiple of reasons. For one, his defense. Right, I was listening to McDermott's press conference, and he said that when he lose a game, whatever game, he first look at himself and see what he could have did, and then he look at the defense. So from what it told me that, right, he looked at him and his defense as his main priority, which that's a big issue, which we can get to later. But the defense, right? They gave us 24 in the second half, 30 if you include overtime. It's a great team, but to give them 30 and a half, I think that's still tough. Josh Allen pick didn't help. But when it came down to it in overtime, just the strategy, or the fourth quarter, the strategy, I think we got the ball with, I want to say, 7 minutes to go. And it's either you go fast so you can score, and they get the ball back, you get the ball back again, and then you can end it, or you waste all the time out so they don't get the ball back. And if you leave 1:52 on the clock, all you really did was waste your own time. So I don't know if McDermott thought they could waste the timeout and score at the end, but I never thought that they could. So either you go fast or you go super slow, that the game is over. So with stuff like that, the fourth down, we can get to that later. But like Matt said he thought Jalen Hurts would go down and score. If Matt thought that, I would hope McDermott thought that. I would hope he knew that, because they didn't stop him the whole second half. So kicking a field goal, what are you hoping for? You hoping to hold him to a field goal? I just think that's stupid. That's flawed strategy. And I think McDermott, he was out-coached immensely by Sirianni.
I do agree with that too. How you feel, Rad?
I disagree with the out-coached part. I think McDermott called a good game. I think the game was good enough to win. I think
Brady called a good game.
I think Brady called a hell of a game. I think if we fired,
I don't know what
we fired Dorsey earlier, we probably would not be in this position. So shout out to Ken Dorsey.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
that's a fact. He will call. We want to lose some of the games. Just a fact.
He had 2 games, y'all. We gotta relax.
I'm just gonna say
last year we went. What was our record last year? What was our record last year? We had the top offense in the league. Relax.
But then we lost our mind halfway through it, and we just
relax.
He forgot how to call plays.
Josh got hurt halfway through it.
He got to call plays. But I would say this, just to throw McDermott some bill. I think the first half he was a gym. He threw a gym in the first half, a complete gym in the first half against Sirianni. Second half, we gave him some points. The pick 6, we scored right after that. They scored a touchdown after that, but he gonna give up some points. You know what I mean? They're gonna give up some points. We gave up some points, and then I'm not counting the overtime touchdown against them either because we should have won a game. So, Josh Allen, you got the ball. The offense got the ball. Win the game, bro. Like, what are we doing? The offense versus offense, win the game, and then you got. I do understand going for in hindsight, but you gotta give your team a chance to win because if you don't get the 4th down, then they just got to get a field goal. Then it's over. Then we second guessing that. So you right now. You winning it if you stop the defense and you believe in your defense as Sean McDermott should do. You should believe in your defense. So I get that. No, he should because we stopped them on key plays. We stopped them. They got into overtime on a 60-yard bomb. Like what? Like a 60-yard field goal. Like what's that hooked and left? And so we stopped them. We did it.
But when do we ever say let's trust our offense? It's never let's trust the offense. It's always let's trust the defense. I mean,
this year, got offense. You talk about this year, Mike?
I'm talking about in general. In general, it's rarely ever trust the offense. McDermott always say trust the defense. You have an offense that have 505 yards against the Eagles, and you tell me we can't get 6 yards?
Because the reason why Mike is you don't trust Josh Allen to not be silly and make a stupid turnover. That I think a lot of it does come to that in his mind.
I can't get with that. You can't at that point. Yes, you can. He was an absolute heater. Second half, he would It
doesn't matter.
He was putting drives together back to back. You can't.
I am not blaming Josh Allen. Josh Allen is an amazing quarterback. Josh Allen played great. I'm just saying in certain situations we're going to what McDermott is saying in his mind. He got that haywire in him. That means that he could throw a million.
We completed 13 third downs yesterday. Majority of them were third and long. Josh Allen went out there and got them first downs.
Josh Allen did yesterday not anything that I've never seen Josh Allen didn't do.
Let's go, Matt.
Matt. What Josh Allen did yesterday, we've seen Josh Allen do this. This is not like anything new. He's a great quarterback. We just also seen Josh Allen throw mad interceptions. That's all I'm saying.
But let me
I watched McDermott defense get scored on in the last minute.
Defense get scored on. Defense get scored on. That's not even a thing. Like our defense played good yesterday. Our defense played good. Was the issue. Like the defense was not the issue. Like we just played against the best team in the NFL. Like if y'all don't think that they were gonna score, then y'all stupid.
The one touchdown that hurt
was like MVP candidate.
The touchdown to McKenzie was luck. Let me finish my point.
That was not luck.
That was luck. The touchdown to Zacchaeus was luck, and then
luck. We got bad safeties. That's not luck. They're just bad.
He just threw the ball up. He just threw the ball. Whatever. If we do the same play, it won't happen. And it's Zacchaeus. Like what we talking about?
He did it.
Come out. But he haven't caught a pass all season.
No. We've seen this before.
You haven't caught a pass all season.
The Arizona game with the same players. We've seen this before.
Yeah, we're talking about an elite receiver to a receiver who's just on the cusp of making the roster.
Let me tell y'all why we lost.
I didn't finish my point.
What was your point?
Y'all was just going over it. My point. I'm trying to finish it.
So why did we lose?
I'm trying to finish my point. I was just.
Who are you blaming?
I'm giving pushback to McDermott. But I honestly, bro, that first half, the officiating was terrible, y'all. We got to bring it up. We have to bring up the officiating.
So are you blaming the officiating?
I'm giving them some of my blame. Probably some of my blame in that first half was officiating. We should have had 30 plus. We had 30 points, but officiating was so bad, bro. The intentional grounding was the terrible call. It was just a terrible call. Like, what is they doing? They just made up a call. They just made something up. They just made up a call. Like, what are we doing? It was one of the worst calls I ever seen.
The game was right there.
It was right
officiating is bad.
there.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was terrible.
And that's the second time that's happened to us
What are
this
we
season
doing?
too.
That was terrible.
Officiating was
It was
awful. Yes,
terrible,
yes.
bro.
But it was
pass
awful
interference,
all day.
It was
It just wasn't our
bro.
game.
So
It was
that's
awful all
part
day.
that's a part of my blame pie. That's
Okay.
a part of my honestly. That's one bigger part of my blame pie. And then I don't like McDermott not trying to get a field goal with 20 seconds left and a timeout. That's crazy.
That was weak.
That's
That was the weakest thing I've ever seen in
The
my life.
biggest.
That was my
That's
biggest
one
blunder with McDermott. That was weak, and we got to ask him why he did that. Why do you think he did that, Matt?
That's weak.
Why do you think he made that call?
Because nobody else making that call.
Because he was scared. He was scared of Josh. You gotta say, y'all not saying it.
I don't think he was scared of Josh Allen.
I
think it's the you take the points and you being the defensive guy, you want your defense to win, right? You want your defense to go out and win it.
Nah, man.
And that's
kneeling out 20 seconds is crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
No, any other time. No, I swear to God, I've never seen him ever do that. We've had less time in years past with Josh Allen, and we've tried to make something happen.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
he did that because he was scared of Josh
crazy.
Allen. He was scared that Josh Allen was going to turn over the
but it
ball.
was
That's why I'm trying to tell y'all.
No, you can't make Josh Allen got the arm to do it in 20
I'm
seconds.
telling, and that's the
60-yarder off. Come on,
McDermott is actually they scared of Josh because he been wilding. I'm gonna tell you why we lost.
Josh been playing better.
I'm gonna tell you why we lost. And I've been saying this for a long time. It's Stephon Diggs, and that's the last time I'm gonna say this. I don't want to say it ever again.
Please don't.
What are you saying?
Stephon Diggs on 2 critical plays, he took himself out. And it's the last time I'm gonna say this to Stephon Diggs. Listen, you can do all the ranting and raving you want to do on the sideline. This is all I gotta say to you, Stephon Diggs. I do not pay you to take yourself out. I've never paid you to do that. I pay you to play when you feel like you don't need to play. When you're cold, when your hands hurt, when you tired, think about the $17 to $25 million you getting from the franchise. It's starting to piss me off. When Sherfield was in that, Tony Romo said it. Stephon Diggs would have been in that play when it was a passing.
Those two plays, though, he didn't take them out. I know you're talking about the 3rd and longs. He didn't take himself out those plays. He got taken out those plays.
Who took him out?
That's why Tony Romo was mentioned it, because whatever package they ran, he was out of the game.
Who took him out?
Whoever, I don't know. Maybe it was Joe Brady.
If you cannot tell me
whatever, I don't know what personnel schemes they run for certain packages.
I know what happened. Matt, you don't have to tell me. I'm telling you who took him out. He took himself. I got the inside information.
All right.
He took himself out. That's a fact. I know that for a fact on good authority that Stephon Diggs, he said he was cold. I'm not making that up. That's a fact. And that's my listen.
That was early in the game, though. That was early in the game.
That's your problem.
That was also a part of that first half where we had 11 penalties for 80 yards.
I'm about to explain something to you, Matt, about coaching in games.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on the last play, but when you're a coach, you got to focus on the entire game, right?
Yeah.
That was a serious momentum play for us. And what you fail to realize is that when Diggs does that, it takes the momentum away from our offense. Diggs, if you're going to be a leader, can I say what I have to say, Matt? If you're going to be a leader, if you look at the snap count, Josh Allen plays 100% snaps. If you're the second, okay, nobody wants to talk. All right, if you don't,
you gonna say Josh Allen snap count? Of course, it's gonna be 100%.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Who's the next person, Sam?
Josh Allen not running 40-yard go routes.
Yeah, we don't have a Taysom Hill. We don't have a Taysom Hill where we put him in for one play.
You reaching.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but you are reaching right now.
If y'all want to have a culture where players take themselves out because they cold, then y'all can do that. That's fine. All right, have at it.
I get you. I didn't know. That's nuanced. I didn't know.
Listen. If y'all want to teach kids that it's okay to take yourself out when you cold or when you tired, that's fine with me.
If you make $20 million, you can do
yes. If you tired, take yourself out. Tap yourself on the head.
That's
the problem. On the head and say, "Your coach,
you
I
don't
need
want
one."
to play through nothing, man. That's the problem, man. And
but
that's
the other
Sheriff got to be better. He got to be.
So
better.
you think
he's not better? He's not better.
Hold on. Let's see. You think Stephon Diggs is taking himself out? Let's say he took himself out.
I know
you think that killed the momentum more than intentional grounding where it took us from a 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 17 with, you know what I'm saying?
And lost it down.
That kills the momentum on the drive way more. That forced us into a field goal that got blocked.
We're not the only team that ever had bad
that's more of a momentum killer than Diggs.
We're not the only team. We're not the only team that had bad penalties. Like that literally did that, like you're just saying gibberish to me. Like every team gets bad penalties in games.
It's not gibberish. It's a fact. It's
a
fact.
It's way more of a momentum killer. Mike is a ref. Mike, you can speak to this. Mike, every team get bad calls.
Everything get bad calls.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna like. Yes, the refs was terrible.
It was
egregious. We can all agree on that point. But like, that's not the reason why we lost the game. That's not,
and neither is Diggs being out on 2 early third downs that we end up converting anyways.
That is the
reason. Converted other ones
anyway. Lost the game. Yeah, that is the reason. That was one of the reasons why we lost the game. We would have scored on that play.
Well, preach. What's worse? What's worse? Diggs taking himself out, or McDermott taking Cook out for 14 plays after dropping a pass? Because I have a bigger problem when McDermott keep benching Cook than Diggs getting a breather.
I'm gonna be honest. This is a plot twist, and I'm sorry. Y'all go and Cook is actually, you know what? Upon further review, when I actually watched him really run the ball, like I sat there and looked at him, he's an average running back at best. If you notice, I'm gonna tell you why. It was one play where Cook could have got the first down and he ran out of bounds, and I seen what the coaches saw. Softness, right? Like I just seen it. Like it's something in his spirit that won't allow him to be a dog. So it's like I don't want to put him on the field all. Listen, I understand that.
I saw the same play, but I also see 7 to 10 more rushes where he is.
I know, right? I know. But y'all don't know running backs like I know.
That's the same thing that why DeAndre Swift didn't play last year for Detroit, and now he is for Philly tearing it up. So
he has the Rad, Kenneth Gainwell, any running back they put tears it up. If I was there and Jason Kelce was right, yeah, but
do we not see Detroit O-line? What are you talking about?
David Montgomery was better than him. So like what you're saying is irrelevant. Like if I was behind the Eagles running, if I was behind the Eagles line, I would have at least 1,000 yards. Like anybody could do that. It's not like a hard to do.
I know I don't.
Y'all just saying anything. Yo,
I don't know. I know I don't speak for everybody, but
thank you, Metallica. Cook is not consistent. He like when he don't hit the hole right. Sometimes he's not fast enough.
Y'all comparing him to the league. We comparing him to the people in his backfield. He's better than all those.
But they trust
all of them. Like I don't get excited when any other running backs touch the ball. When James Cook touches the ball, like I'm looking at, we're probably going to get a first down. He was getting, we had that one stretch where he got 10 yards on 2 plays in a row. Latavius Murray got 10 right after that. Like,
can I say something real quick? Matt, if you're getting excited when James could touch the ball, that sounds like a personal problem. But I'll say this. I don't know why you would get excited.
He's been making plays, man.
He make big plays.
Let me say this too.
In his lack of volume this season, he's been making plays.
He's very efficient. He might be the most efficient player on the team.
He averaged like 3.6 yards a carry. That's not efficient. He had 16 carries. He sucked. Let me say this, and Rashawn, you know too. To suggest when y'all say that Cook is our best running back, that's literally like saying Biden is our best candidate for president. Like, what the hell does that mean? like I would hope so. Like when we got bad other candidates, like I mean, like yes, we suck. Like yes, yeah. God bless America. And don't play so.
Okay.
Like y'all boys, y'all be killing me, yo. Y'all kills me.
Can I also say that is a lie? That he is not our best running back, and Josh Allen is. And I've been saying,
we know that. I'm thank God that Josh running now.
Coming on here,
somebody heard me.
That Josh Allen need to run those touchdowns that Josh Allen scored. James Cook don't score those.
Never.
I'm sorry,
and never will.
I think Josh Allen is our best running back, and when he is this person, when he's Tiger Woods with his driver, when he Muhammad Ali with the jab, he's unstoppable. He turned into a monster. And games like this happen all the time. But if they're going to keep telling him to stay in the pocket, if Josh Allen was running this whole year, we probably would be 8-3 right now. Or what is it? 6-6? Yeah, we'd be 9-3. 8-4 because we would have won 2 games because Josh Allen would have ran. But We see. Hopefully Brady bring that back.
I've been saying that all year. Y'all been criticizing. I said run Josh Allen to the ground. I don't care if he get hurt.
My criticism is
have I not been saying that?
But my criticism always been you just want to have design runs for Josh. I'm not a big.
I don't care what we do. Run him.
What Josh was doing in the red zone when he was breaking the pocket. That's what I like.
Jalen Hurts doing design runs and winning the game. All of a sudden, oh my God, y'all heard him, right? Y'all heard him. He said Josh Allen's not Jalen Hurts.
The runner.
Every Bills fan,
runner.
Okay, I'm talking about. Let's ask this question.
About the runner.
He better. Listen. He might be better.
Who is the better quarterback, Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts? Who is the better quarterback, Matt?
I'm going to say Josh Allen.
Mike?
Ooh, I think it got to be Josh. He's more talented. Josh Allen more talented, right? No, I do like Hurts' demeanor, but if I'm starting a team, I'm taking Josh Allen before Jalen Hurts.
Rad, who the better quarterback?
You gotta go Josh there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do our you
got
segment.
Hurts gonna win an MVP before Josh. He probably win it this year.
And maybe a Super Bowl too. And maybe a Super Bowl too. So I'll tell you this, I'm gonna go on record. If Jalen Hurts, if the Philadelphia Eagles win a Super Bowl this year, he is officially better than Josh Allen for me personally. I like rings, but that's just me.
Why not just say it right now?
Because he hasn't won a ring yet. But so you got the juice segment. All right. This is the Rad Juice Player of the Week. That's a player that we pick out from the Buffalo Bills team during the game, whether they be bad or good. We pick that person out to highlight them for the people. And if you got the juice person, you got a player that you want to highlight from yesterday's game, please do that right down in the comments. Rad, can you let the people know who's sponsoring this segment?
Yes, this segment is brought to you by Rad Juice. Real fruit, real flavor, real kids. Tired of the same old drinks? Rad Juice here, crafted by young entrepreneurs with a passion for taste. It's a real fruit adventure. Experience nature finest in every sip. No artificial additives, just pure refreshment. Explore 3 exciting flavors: peach, strawberry, and tropical. And now you can find Rad Juice at 3 convenient locations near you. 716 Premium located at 425 Elmwood Avenue. Crenshaw Chicken and Waffles located at 37 Chandler Street. And our newest location, Sweet Cheeks Cake Bar, located at 1685 Hurdle Ave. Elevate your refreshment game with Rad Juice, created by kids, enjoyed by everyone. Grab yours today.
Let me go first. I've been very consistent on this podcast, as you all know. Take a lot of criticism for that. But my player I want to highlight, and it's not for a good reason, is Von Miller. I've been saying on this podcast for a few weeks now, maybe more weeks, Von Miller should never play for the Buffalo Bills ever again. And I've been very serious on that note. He sucks. He's not good. He doesn't do anything good. His awareness is awful. He doesn't have any speed anymore. He's not strong. He cannot tackle. He misses a lot of tackles, misses a lot of reads. He's just a bad player overall at this stage in his career. I appreciate the 13 games that Von Miller gave us last year. It was electric. It was exciting. But I'm not that person. Like, when you're bad, you can go. Like, I don't hold on to the past like most Bills fans do. So
you have a reason why he's bad?
Yeah, he's hurt. So don't play him ever. Like, he sucks, and he's not better than anybody ahead of him. Like, that's just the facts. And every time Sean McDermott put Von Miller out here, I honestly think he's taking the season. That's just how I feel about the matter. So, Mike, do you got a Rad Juice player of the game?
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Josh. No, he was in rare form. One of those games.
Wow.
I hate that we always gotta go back to the 13 seconds game, but it's one of those 13 seconds games. What else? What other game? Like the Patriot, when Josh is like just on a different level, right? He's almost impossible to stop. So right, threw for 339 yards, 2 tutties, interception, but I don't really care about those. He went 9 for 81, 9 average yards per carry, and two rushing touchdowns. So Josh had 4 touchdowns and accounted for 400 plus yards of offense. So I mean, of course, it's Josh Allen, the Rad Juice player of the game. And when you playing like that, we can win a lot of games. Hopefully, 5 in a row.
Matt.
Yeah, I gotta piggyback on Josh. I mean, he was you know, like Mike said, when he plays like that, there's not really a lot of teams that can beat us. The Eagles, you know, they are probably the best team, if not top 2 in the NFC or the NFL. So unfortunately, he gave his best out there. We had our best on offense, and they matched it and got us at the end. So I'm gonna give it to Josh. But I'm gonna also piggyback on the Von comment though too. I agree that he
sucks. You're right. Yeah.
I agree that he's hurting us out there.
Thank you.
He is. I agree. There's at the end of the game there's a 3rd and 4, a very critical, and he's just out there like he's like at half speed almost, like jumping at guys, like he doesn't
talking
have
about the one when they both went in. That was supposed to be a stunt.
Here. Okay.
I hear
Leonard
you.
Floyd, both of them did the same thing.
Here you go.
He was doing this all game, though, Rad. He was doing this all game.
But that specific play, it was a stunt, clearly, because Leonard Floyd did the same thing.
One play, he was like turning around, like,
Leonard Floyd did the same thing.
It just seems like it's like a half speed out there, dude. It's like you think about it like this. You got. At the end of the game, TJ Watt is in the game, right? And he's in there. His motor is crazy. At defensive end, you want a guy like that. Leonard Floyd was not in the game at big times, and he's by far our best pass rusher. And that was starting to piss me off because Von doesn't have that same motor right now. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if it's he's just not helping us right now, and they got to reevaluate that for sure. To me, I'll agree with Sam on that. To say that he should never play again, I'm not going to say that, but he's definitely hurting us now by taking snaps away from Epenesa.
Getting close. I mean, I can imagine what he's going to look like next year.
I don't think he's hurting. I think it's a scream.
Hey, Rad, stop saying that. Rad,
hurting us.
If Von Miller. Yes, Matt Rad.
I mean, this is the 3rd week in a row, Rad, where he didn't even appear on the stat sheet. Not a tackle, not an assist, nothing.
He's only coming in to pass the rusher, y'all. He's literally a situation player. But nobody has. But none of the DBs got sacks this game.
I'm not talking, but I'm saying anything though. Like,
he
didn't.
He
was in at the end of the Bengals game, missed the tackle. Missed the tackle and run. He's supposed to be one of our best run guys too.
Get a holding call or something.
Rad. You know what the issue is? Well, what you're saying is like, oh my, he's a receiver and he's in there to catch the ball, but he doesn't get any catches. Like, yeah, like you don't play. Like, why is he in the game? That's
all right.
But anyways,
Rad. He's not a player, but I gotta give it to Joe Brady, bro. Joe Brady has been play calling. He's been doing his thing. I wish he was the play caller this whole season. I think our season be turned around, be a little different. He got our offense looking more competent, more confident. He's making Josh is throwing at running backs. Josh is taking the check down. Josh is more, maybe it's a Josh thing too, but he's communicating with Josh to do that, something that Ken Dorsey couldn't or didn't, or I don't know. But as of now, Josh Allen is taking what the defense is giving them and letting the receivers and running backs potentially make somebody miss and make a play. And then secondary, I know he I guess he was somewhat of a blunder. I don't know if you want to call it a blunder. But secondly, I'm going to go Gabe Davis too. Gabe Davis had a game.
Talk to Gabe. Finally.
Yeah. Shout out to the retrograde. Let me ask this. Right. We're going into a bye week. We're 10th in the AFC. So let's have a little bit of a conversation. Matt, at the beginning of the year, you said on this platform, on this podcast, this season was Super Bowl or bust. That was what you said, right?
Yeah.
You said that, 100%. Right, Matt? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way? And this to every Bills fans out there. So this season is still Super Bowl or bust, okay?
Right? Absolutely. I mean, do you
feel that way?
Every year with Josh Allen is Super Bowl or bust for me, especially with the defense that we have and the guys that we have. There's no team in the league that I think is head and shoulders above us. I think we can absolutely compete and beat every team. We saw it yesterday with a team that's probably gonna be on the dance floor at the end. I think with San Fran in the NFC, that one of those guys is probably going to be the opponent in the Super Bowl, right? So we showed we can show up and beat a team like that for sure. But it's definitely Super Bowl or bust for me. Obviously, we're in a scenario now where we were 7 years ago, where we're looking at the who needs to win every week, right? Where all right, we need some help, and then we got to take care of business at the same time. Because at the end of the day, obviously, if we don't win, we can't get in. But if you look at the 4 teams, if you look at the 3 teams that are in right now, I mean, I think that we're better than all 3 of them, but obviously
they don't got our schedule.
It's exactly they don't have our schedule, but we got to win point blank. Period. We got to win and then the good part is they're going to play against each other a couple times too, so that'll help, and it might vault us into one of those spots, and we'll be a very dangerous 5 through 7 seed if we get in this playoffs. I look at it kind of like the Green Bay Packers. That's a long pause there.
When y'all,
I mean, just let's break.
We lost to the Jets. We lost to the Patriots. We lost to Denver. I'm just saying.
Denver's
saying we lost to like you
said,
we're better than like a lot of these teams and this and that. We lost literally to some of the worst teams in it. So Denver is better than us.
No, I'm saying they're not a bad team. They've won 4 in a row. It's not like they're the Patriots. I'll give you, was a terrible loss. The Jets was a terrible loss. The Denver's on a roll right now. Sean Payton found something there. So I'm
that was a blunder too.
I still don't think we should have lost that game. But, yeah.
I say this. I mean, I think for me,
Mike,
it's still
no. That's not the question. Okay. That's not the question no more, Matt. Mike, if we do not make the playoffs, then what?
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So to the point of if this is about playoffs or bust or Super Bowl or bust, for me, it's not. For me, I'm just looking and I'm examining our coaches at this point. If Joe Brady go on a 5-game tear in the offense, put up 500 yards, we scoring 30 points a game. Right now, I'm looking at, okay, is he my OC for next year? And is McDermott doing the same old blunders, right? What happened against the Chiefs game? Do we kick a field goal when we're supposed to go for it on 4th and 1? Do we punt, right? Do we call another timeout on defense to just get a look? Like the offense won't go over there and change the play anyways. Like if he's still doing stuff like that, which he will be because that's what McDermott does, then maybe I'm looking at him as, or do I need a new head coach next offseason as well? So right now I'm just looking at my coaches to see who will be here and who won't be. Because for me, the playoffs, is it possible? Yeah. But if we get in, I don't see us going there and doing nothing. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna have some blunders, we're gonna have a terrible 12-second loss, and then we're gonna go into the offseason upset. That's why I'm at.
Okay, so Rat, even now, right? We do have a few games left. You know, we have a 21% chance of getting to the playoffs, right? Yep. And we're about to end the show in a second. But I think next year they came out with the stat. We're gonna be negative, I think $29 million in cap, like some crazy number.
That's what I was gonna say.
Just looking forward, what can we take into next season that was a positive? Right? Like what give me at least 1 or 2 things we can take in next season that was a positive, and probably something that we should leave here and never take it into next season ever.
Well, I think the draft pick's been doing well, right? Besides barring Elam, the one, we'll see about him if he's on the team next year. I think
we saw.
I think Brandon being drafted, he definitely confident in his ability to get good players and stuff like that. But like I was going to say, like the Bills I don't think next year we're gonna have a better roster. Like I don't know how we're gonna have a better, more talented roster. I don't see how we make that change. So that's why I was saying yes, it got to be Super Bowl or bust or something like that, because we're not getting better next year. It is gonna be iteration of what we got, maybe some extra things around the edges. that's we're gonna have to roll with, and we're gonna be banking on another first round pick that hopefully that hit and be impactful for a quote unquote Super Bowl contender team. So that's always, that's never gonna be the case. That's never like a for sure thing. So what I like to take into next year is, I think the draft picks is good. I think Kincaid is going to be, ascending talent. He's good enough to be a second option on a high end team. I think Kincaid is really good. I think McDermott got the defense looking. I think McDermott got the defense looking good. I will say this. I'm gonna piggyback on something that Mike said a few weeks ago that I didn't agree with, but I agree with it now. I think it is his job. I do think that it was his decision to fire Ken Dorsey. I do believe that Pagula got all the confidence in him and Bean, and I don't think Pagula isn't a Davis or a Jerry Jones or one of these guys. He more so hands off. I don't know football, y'all do. He's not trying to be a football guy. And if I'm looking at McDermott as a CEO, somewhat, he has been a decent, like above average CEO of a team. He's not having been great. He's not a great CEO. He's not a great head coach, but he's above average. And I don't see Pagula necessarily just getting rid of that, unless it just all blows up and it's just, something on the offseason, just everybody just don't like him. Yeah. Players going to him saying something like that. I believe Pagula is going to give McDermott, who got his team, the guy who owned the Sabres and the Bills, he got his team the most relevant Buffalo has been in a long time in my history. I don't see Pagula moving off him anytime soon, unless it's some crazy blunder that happens. So,
unless McDermott got a Diddy situation coming, I think he's safe.
But I doubt it. He like a
he's square.
No, he a stout Christian man. You know what I mean?
Appreciate everybody being on. I will say I will be interested to see how Bean and McDermott figures out this new iteration of our defense. I'm interested to see what I think that they'll probably keep. I don't know, our safeties. I think they're getting old, long in the tooth. I think that we'll get some new blood on our defense, and then I want to look at McDermott. If you can do that with our team constantly, going through some changes on the defensive side, then I mean, that's a sign of a good coach. That is a sign of a good coach. But clearly our offense is going through some issues. But if Joe Brady is that person, then that remains to be seen. But we definitely appreciate everybody on. And Matt, if you can, let the people know who won the contest this past week.
Yeah, so last week we had nobody predict the correct score, but we did have somebody closest to Josh Allen's passing yards, because we had nobody predict the correct score. Nobody predict either Josh Allen's passing yards or James Cook's rushing yards. So we're going to go with Justin Greco won the shirt this week. Yep, he was closest to Josh Allen's passing yards. He gets 324, and Josh Allen threw for 339. So he's pretty close. Justin. Yep. So we'll be getting you that tee. This week we are on a bye week, but we are still going to have a contest.
Maybe a little too late. That bye week came a little too late.
Little too late. So right. We'll go with an exciting contest, I guess, this week to do our score prediction. We'll do I had one earlier, but I want to switch it just because I want to stick with the. We'll go with the Niners and the Eagles game. We'll do that this week. That's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a marquee matchup for the weekend. We'll do the predict the correct score for the 49ers and the Eagles game. We'll do since Jalen Hurts got us yesterday, we'll use his passing yards as a tiebreaker and AJ Brown's receiving yards as a secondary tiebreaker. I know this isn't the Eagles podcast, but we'll pick a good game for keep people interested in the bye week, I guess. But yeah, we'll do that. We'll roll that out, and the contest is going to close at 4:00 this weekend, and that's all I got.
All right.
Shout out to everybody who entered the contest. Please do that. We definitely want to, give back to the fans. We definitely appreciate y'all. We love the support. Tell y'all overduebillspod.com. Get your merch, man. Like merch is crazy.
Cyber
man.
Monday,
got
baby.
Some of the best merch. We got Absolutely. And we got some new merch out there too. We got some new designs, some new logos. People loving it out there.
Fire.
So please go over there right now and do that. And y'all know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey.
Hey.
Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.